Happy Tuesday. Let's go. Get your Bud Light. I'm going to be taking you through a ton of plays on PrizePicks and Underdog Fantasy. So let's go ahead. Let's just kind of get into it. And I'm going to be talking about 3 tools that I like to use to find sharp bets. So this first pick I went through in a previous video, but I ended up using it again because it paired very well with another pick I ended up playing. So you can see Kucherov right here. I like to use the OddsJam screen. I'm mainly comparing where PrizePicks and Underdog are setting their line and looking for discrepancies, right? Because these two products, they work in basically the exact same way. A 2-pick power play is a 3x payout. I'm just comparing the lines on PrizePicks and Underdog and looking for discrepancies. So the first one I noticed is Kucherov, right? His line is 3 on PrizePicks, 3.5 on Underdog, 3.5 on FanDuel, 3.5 on BetRivers, right? We have dozens of sports books telling us where this line should be set. And you can see most of the books, they have the under, slightly juiced, slightly favored, the under 3.5 though, right? We're getting over 3. So PrizePicks is at 3, Underdog's at 3.5, right? And all of the sports books are at 3.5 with a little bit of juice towards the under. So it's pretty clear, PrizePicks is way too low relative to where, dozens of other data points are in the market. So we want to take the over on PrizePicks, right? I want to hit this over and include it in my entry. So I ended up taking this as my first play. Now, the second play I ended up taking with is, let's just go over to the EV tool, and you can see it right here is Carter Hart over 28.5 saves. So I ended up pairing this with Kucherov, and the reason I like to pair them together, so if we just take a look right here, is you can see here, Carter Hart over 28.5 saves. This is just straight from the positive EV tool. And then I have Kucherov. Is right, these players are playing tonight against each other. They're on opposing teams. If Kucherov goes over 3 shots on goal, let's say he has 6 shots on goal, right? If he's taking a lot of shots, then it's more likely that Carter Hart is getting saves, right? It's more likely that Carter Hart also goes over. It's kind of like if you take Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson receiving yards, you take both overs, there's positive correlation. If Cousins throws for 450 yards, Justin Jefferson probably went over 85 yards, which was probably roughly his receiving yards line. He's the main target for Kirk Cousins. So if Cousins goes over, he's more likely to go over. So here's a hockey play where you have some positive correlation, right? So this is the first play I went with, 400 to win 4,000. I go through this all the time, but all you're going to see, right, from the plays I gave out this morning, last night, 5 flex, 5 flex, 5 flex, 5 flex, 5 flex, 5 flex. And a lot of people are like, yo, bro, just give out 1 play a day, right? That's not how sports betting works. If you have an edge over the book, you want to place as many bets as possible, right? It's just math, right? If you have a coin that is 53% to land on heads, you want to flip that coin as many times as you can. If you're betting 100 to win 100 on the coin flip and you're flipping it, let's say for $100, it's weighted to land on heads 53%. Sure, the coin's still going to land on tails some of the time and you're going to lose, but you want to flip that coin a lot, right? Because you have the edge. So as long as you're a sports bettor with an edge, you want to place as many bets as possible. It's kind of like the same reason you want to diversify your money. People talk about buying the S&P 500, index funds, ETFs. You don't shove all your money in frickin' Bitcoin, all your life savings. You diversify a bit. So I'm never just going to have 1 play a night. You want as many plays as possible. So Carter Hart, Kucherov, 1 play again from the screen. And then we have these plays from the EV tool, which I've included, before. So I'm just really following the data, right? The way the EV tool works, here we have Claxton, right here. I think I included him under 11.5 points. So I'm going to be going through 4 entries, 4 new entries on PrizePicks and 1 on Underdog. So you can see here, Claxton under 11.5 points. Straight from the EV tool, all sportsbooks have the under heavily favored, right? FanDuel minus 152, Caesars minus 142, right? You're not smarter than the sportsbooks in the market. I'm not smarter than the sportsbooks in the market, right? That's why I follow the data and I look for inefficiencies in the market and I take advantage. In the same way a savvy investor, a day trader is looking for value. It's no different as a sharp bettor who wants to make money. So Claxton under 11.5 points, bet in bold in green. That's the play we want to be on. Suzuki over half of a point. This time it's hockey. Doesn't matter. Same concepts that apply to betting on an NBA apply to hockey. You hear some people be like, oh, hockey's so unpredictable. It's like, what are you talking about? It's the same math, the same concepts of finding value, finding an edge that make you money sports betting. We have dozens of sports books, billion-dollar companies like FanDuel and DraftKings who have invested hundreds of millions of dollars in their ability to set lines. They're all telling you Nick Suzuki's over should be favored. The over should be juiced, right? Around minus 140, minus 145 across books. You're getting minus 119 on PrizePicks. Clear value, clear edge, right? It's not just like there's one other sports book, FanDuel, posting odds. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sports books, right? The odds jam column just copies Pinnacle odds. So you have 8 books all telling you the same thing. Yo, Suzuki's over should be heavily favored at minus 140. We're getting minus 119. Clear value, right? And as a sharp bettor, you're always looking for value. So long story short, let's go through the PrizePicks plays. You're going to see a lot of duplicated plays. I have one more play I want to go through. I'm really excited to take you guys through, but you can take a screenshot here if you want to take a look. So Hart, Suzuki, Claxton, all EV tool plays. Here we have 2 plays from the screen, right? And again, you always want to be placing 5 and 6 pick flexes on PrizePicks. Never 2 pick power plays. 2 pick power plays, you're getting minus 137 odds, which is a ripoff. You're literally getting half the juice. Half the juice. So basically like 2 times better of a price if you're placing 5 and 6 flex. You cannot be placing 2 pick power plays. So this is my first entry. Take a screenshot if you want. I'm going to go through 4 entries, right? A lot of these just from the EV tool, from the screen, from the screen, from the screen. From the screen, this was on the EV tool, Tyus Jones over 7.5 assists. Play number 2. Play number 3. EV tool, screen, 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 screen. Play number 4. EV tool. This play we still have to go through. And I still have one pick I need to go, or one play I need to go through on Underdog. So here we have 3 plays from the screen, 2 from the EV tool, right? And then we have some other plays that I've kind of gone through. So where did I find this Draymond Green play? Over 14.5 points plus, or rebounds plus assists. I found this on the Arbitrage tool. So the main way people use Arbitrage is, what Arbitrage means is risk-free money, right? Arbitrage is market inefficiencies. It is when there is such a big line discrepancy between 2 sports books that you can bet the over and the under and make a risk-free profit, right? So here, for example, you can get the Nets minus 14.5 on the spread at plus 300, right? So you're betting, you know, in this case, 100 to win 300 on the Nets minus 14.5. And then you can get the Rockets plus 14.5 at minus 286, right? That is a massive discrepancy in the odds. So you could bet the Nets plus minus 14.5, the Rockets plus 14.5, and you can make a risk-free profit due to massive discrepancies in these 2 sportsbook odds, right? So you need multiple sportsbooks to make risk-free money and be an arbitrage bettor. So you can see the same thing here. Risk-free money, XBet, FanDuel, arbitrage opportunity, PointsBet, BetRivers, arbitrage opportunity, XBet, FanDuel. More books, more arbitrage opportunities, more risk-free money. So you may be like, well, did you make risk-free money in this opportunity, Alex? And it's like, no. Arbitrage doesn't only indicate an opportunity to make risk-free money. Well, it does. That's fundamentally what it means. It's kind of like if there's a baseball card dealer in the town next door, and then in your town, and one card dealer's like, yo, I really need to buy this card, this Barry Bonds card. I'll buy it for $150. And then you go over to the town next door, and they're like, yo, we'll sell you this card for $140. We're trying to get rid of it. It's like you buy from the guy who's selling cheap, and you sell to the guy who's buying high, right? And you make a $10 risk-free profit. It's kind of the same thing here, right? Because these sportsbooks have such different odds on Draymond Green, rebounds plus assists, you know, you could arbitrage bet between PrizePicks and DraftKings and make a risk-free profit if PrizePicks allowed straight plays, right? On PrizePicks, they don't allow straight plays, so you can't actually arbitrage. But the concept is one of these plays has to be profitable, right? You can't have risk-free money exist in any financial market without the market being crossed or inefficient, right? One of these plays has to be profitable. So here, if I'm in Canada, I could arbitrage bet Caesars and Pinnacle and make a risk-free profit. So one of these plays, either the over at minus 115 or the under 79.5 at plus 116, has to be profitable by definition. So we know one of these plays by definition has to be mathematically profitable. You can't say, hey, you can place 2 bets on equal and opposite sportsbooks and you'll make risk-free money if neither play is profitable. One of these plays is profitable. And kind of looking at the odds on sportsbooks, Bovada has this minus 150, DraftKings minus 150, FanDuel and Caesars around minus 145. It's very clear getting minus 119 and a 5 or a 6 flex is crazy value. So if you have questions about this, you can email me. And it's same with the Tyus Jones play, right? So that is pick. So that's the final pick, right? So we went through 4 plays kind of on PrizePicks. And then the final play is on Underdog. So you can see right here, it's actually the highest profit margin play. So again, you got to go through the math and understand how these platforms work. So on Underdog, unlike PrizePicks, right? These platforms are pretty similar, but not completely the same. Is on Underdog, the most profitable entries are 3-pick entries, not 5 flex. There is no such thing as a 5 flex. There's a 5-pick with insurance, but it's different than a 5 flex. There are no 6 flexes on Underdog, right? So these platforms are pretty similar, but they work slightly differently, and they also have different lines from one another. So you can see here, this play on Tucker, it's only on Underdog. If you only have PrizePicks, you're missing out on this super profitable bet on Tucker over 4.5 assists. Right? So this is why you want multiple sportsbooks. More sportsbooks, more arbitrage bets, more positive EV bets, more betting opportunities, because all these books set lines independently. They all have different prices. We never know which book is going to screw up on a given day, so you want as many as possible. So you can see here, all sportsbooks, we're getting 40 cents of improvement to Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world. Pinnacle is this minus 162. We're getting minus 122 in an Underdog 3-pick. You look at all the sportsbooks, they're pricing this around minus 155. Bet Online, another sharp offshore sportsbook, they have this minus 154. Insane value on Underdog. You got to be on this play. 3% profit margin. This game's today. You're earning a 3% ROI in a day. That means your bankroll is going up 90% a month, 3% a day, 30 days a month. In a month, 90% ROI in a month. Seems pretty good to me. So this is the play I went with on Underdog. And I'm also on this play. But this play is the one we're talking about. So lots of good bets. Let's make money.